just reminded myself that as we do this tapping, we're tapping the area of lung 1 here. If you tap a little, maybe, I don't know, 2 inches out from lung 1, there's a point on the point, the forward point of your shoulder that's a pressure point used in Chin Na. You don't want to tap that. It hurts. So. And you know, back here, of course, we're tapping the urinary bladder points that are on the side about the level of Ming Men, on each side of Ming Men. Yeah, now bring the feet together and we'll loosen up the knees. So as I mentioned last night, I'm getting my second shot tomorrow, and starting to think about when we could resume in-person classes, at least for people who are vaccinated. And we still have that factor of what will the governor of Virginia allow as far as people in a space and what kind of distancing we need to have, change direction. Because if we still need to have 10 feet between people, that means we can only put 6 people in the studio plus 1 instructor. So that will be, well, I'm worried that it might not really be inhibiting when we start up again because I don't know how many people are coming back. So, but I really want to get back to the Tai Chi exercises, Tai Chi partner exercises. So for that, we have to be able to get close. So I'm not even sure that it's recommended for vaccinated people to stay in close proximity for longer than, maybe a minute or so. Now we'll do the ankles. So we'll see what happens. But of course, we'll have to see what the regulations are going to be, if there's going to be any change in the requirements for social distancing and capacity of the space. Change direction. Now the other foot. And change direction. All right. So now I'm getting a little bit warm, so I'm going to take off the sweatshirt. I'll try to make sure my hair isn't too wild. Of course, it's a COVID haircut, so it's just a haircut of no haircut. Okay, so for liver qigong, we've got routines we're going to learn. The spring season from the Four Seasons Medical Qigong. We're going to learn 3 routines from Master Leong's Qigong. Then we're going to learn the tiger set from the 5 animals. In addition, you know that you can use healing sound for liver, which we will incorporate into the spring season routine and the 5 animals, so that you have the healing sound that also can be used by itself for benefit of the liver. Spring season set has 4 movements. The left, right, lift singly, which you remember is from it's piece number 3 from the 8 pieces of brocade. Then we have a white ape plucks the peach. Then we have the Lohan bows. And finally we have the Zhongwan up and down. Okay, so left, right, lift singly. This should be pretty thoroughly familiar since all of you have gone through the 8 pieces. So if I start, we have to coordinate our sides here. So I'm going to raise my left hand. You should raise your left hand. The inhale, exhale. Feel like both hands are pushing against slight resistance, but don't tense. Inhale. Exhale, and when you feel the area around the spleen relax, make the healing sound. Inhale. Exhale. Hold the position and inhale. And exhale, and when you feel the area around the liver relax, make the healing sound. Shoo. In and out. In, out. In and out. In, out. Shoo. In and out. In, out, and whoo. In and out. In, out. Shoo. In and out. In, out. Whoo. In and out. In, out. Shoo. In and out. In, out. Whoo. In and out. In, out. Shoo. In and out. In, out. Whoo. In and out. In, out. Shoo. Remember, I'm making the sound louder than it should be. You should make it very softly, but I need to have the audience hear that I'm making the sound. Now let's turn to the side. So in, out. Both hands pushing against slight resistance. In, come back to the front, out, and in, out. In, come back to the front, out, and shoo. In, and out. In, come back to the front, out, in, and out. In, back to the front, out, shoo. In, and out. In, back to the front, out, in, and out. In, back to the front, out, shoo. In, and out. In, back to the front, out. In, and out. In, back to the front, out. Shoo. Okay. And the recommendation for the spring season is 6 to 12 repetitions for each of the exercises. You remember from last week, this exercise should be a lot more relaxed, but today I'm just stiff for some reason. Well, I did some exercises yesterday, so I'm not moving quite like I'd like to. I'd like to be very, very soft when moving the chest, but it's not happening today. Now, for the white ape plucks the peach, I like a little bit wider than shoulder width stance. And two hands face each other, palms face each other. We turn to the left and inhale. See the left hand now will turn down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, and liver sound. Shoo. Now, inhale, exhale, inhale, spleen sound. Hoo. Now remember, I explained last week that the breathing pattern, if you think about a pie, half of a pie, okay? And I'm going to take that half of a pie and cut it into 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, okay? So we're going to have inhale for the first piece, exhale, second piece, inhale, third piece, exhale, fourth piece of the pie, and the sound, okay? So, actually, when I did the original video of this, I had a very nice pie diagram there, okay? So turn to the left, left hand turn palm down, right hand turn the palm up. Now feel a nice stretch here on this liver area. So this is inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and sound. Shoo. In, out, in, out, and hoo. In, out, in, out, and shoo. In, out, in, out, and whoo. In, out, in, out, shoo. In, out, in, out, whoo. In, out, in, out, shoo. In, out, in, out, whoo. In, out, in, out, shoo. In, out, in, out, whoo. In, out, in, out, shoo. In, out, in, out, whoo. In, out, in, out, shoo. In, out, in, out, whoo. One more. In, out, in, out, shoo. And in, out, in, out, whoo. Palms face each other. And come back to center. You may feel energy flowing from one Laogunge to the other. And so that's the white ape plucks the peach. Let me ask if there's any questions so far. Okay. All right, so we'll go 2 Lohan bows. And remember that Lohan bows, Lohan is the name of a mythical Chinese hero. So nothing in Lohan as far as the exercise goes. Stance a little bit wider than shoulder width. And so what we're going to do is take the bone here in the forearm and push it in right under the rib cage here. So here we have the gallbladder and liver. Okay, so pushing in to massage those. And then the bowing part is going to be, we inhale and we exhale. We bow like this. I'm going to actually take a little wider stance since I'm very stiff today. Okay. Breathing pattern is going to be like this. So inhale, exhale. Hold the position at inhale. Exhale, straighten up. Now when this area around the liver relaxes, make the healing sound. Now the other side, so we take the bone here, push it in right below the rib cage. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, whoo, in and out, in, out, shoo, in and out, in, out, in and out, in, out, shoo, in and out, in, out, in and out, in, out, shoo, in and out, in, out, in and out, in, out, shoo, in and out, in, out, one more round, in and out, in, out, shoo, in and out, in, out, okay. Now when you're bending down, don't strain. Just relax and hang down. I'm just hanging down as far as I can while relaxed. I'm not straining to touch my toes. Better days I can touch my toes, but not today. So don't strain to pull down. Just relax and let your body hang down. You know, of course, that we're getting the stretch. So this side's being stretched, and then this side's being compressed as both the body bends and the forearm presses in. And then when we stay down and do the inhalation, it gets the spleen area in this case, as we're bending to the left side, gets another manipulation as the diaphragm drops down and massages the spleen from, well, if we're standing upright, the diaphragm massages the spleen from downward like this. Okay, so that's the Lohan bows. And we've got one more, which is Yang Wan up and down. And the name comes from the acupuncture point Yang Wan, which is midway between the navel and the solar plexus. So, and the number is, it's conception vessel number 12, I believe. And it's a point that helps relieve digestive problems. Mine's a little tender, and that's because I've been abusing my stomach by peppering up my foods. And I'm not doing any salt, see, so one has to have a little liveliness in one's food, so I use the pepper. But my stomach doesn't like it. So, okay, so let's Yang Wan up and down. So Yang Wan up and down like this. So first is 2 massage techniques we use in this one. The first one is to we align the Laogong gates like this. We press in and up. So I'm pressing in and up. Okay, and we follow the course of the large intestine. So that's up the ascending colon, across the transverse colon, and down the descending colon. So pressing in and up along that route. Okay, and you could do more of those pressing in and ups if you wished to, but the way I learned a routine, we just did one. And then the second massage technique here for Zhongwan up and down is mind, again, Lao Gong line, mind under the palms and circling the course of the large intestine flow. Mind under the palms. You do 9 times. So you see we cross over Zhongwan. Thus Zhongwan up and down. Okay? There's the origin of the name of the exercise. Okay, so 9 times is the recommended number of repetitions. And remember that the numbers are just guidelines. So we don't think of the numbers as being magical, although in the Chinese culture, certain numbers, including number 9, considered auspicious. So that's why you see 9 used a lot, and also the number 12. So just a guideline, but the effects will be different if you vary to a great degree from the guideline. So if you were to say, well, I'll just do 1, then the effect will be pretty much nothing. Okay. Now, if you just say vary from the guideline, you decide to do 81. See, 81 is another number divisible by 9, right? So 81. That's the treatment for constipation, okay? So the effects will differ if you depart significantly from the guidelines, just so you're aware. I don't like to go the other way because that's contrary to the flow. And so that's could be used against diarrhea, but in traditional Chinese medicine, if your body has poison in it, which causes diarrhea, I mean, not classic poison, but something that's toxic, maybe you ate a spoiled blueberry or something like that, then you want to get rid of it. You don't want to plug it up and go to work anyway, but that's our culture, so we like to plug things up. Okay, so that's the spring season. And are there any questions on that routine? Okay. The meridian Qigong that I mentioned before, when you're lying in bed and you do the routine, Dr. Young does 100 of these circles this way. So then you can expect, if you're doing the meridian Qigong, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning after you wake up, then around 10 o'clock or so in the morning, you're going to maybe have a result of that 100 circles. Okay, which is something that's probably desirable in many cases. Now, let's go to tiger. So last week we did the first tiger, which is the tiger awakening. Tiger wakes up and looks all around for food. And today we'll add the second tiger movement, which is the tiger clawing. The tiger finds food and starts to claw it up. Okay, so reviewing the first tiger. If you want to make this like an elegant presentation, say we're demonstrating in front of people, start something like this. And we're going to form tiger claws. They're not tense, but they are feisty, full of energy. I'm going to start moving the spine. Now you see this movement. You see this in the tiger clawing as well, opening up this area here, the hypochondrium. So for the liver, and the spleen comes along for the ride in order to balance things. And we start adding the legs as we get up to claws at shoulder height. Now, for presentation's sake, when we step forward, we're going to step in and step out. So this is inhale, exhale, in and out, in and out, in and out, in, out, and we're on the liver side, so it's shoo, in and out, spleen side, hoo, in, and open up the hypochondrium, turn the front foot out, out, in and out, in and out, in and out, sit back, out. Okay, so the first one I did on the wrong side. Shoo, in and out, hoo, in, open up the hypochondrium, and out. Now you could make the liver sound here, shoo, if you wished, okay? Because you're stretching the hypochondrium, then you're relaxing it, shoo. And why the liver sound instead of the spleen sound? Because it's liver qigong. Okay, so liver gets priority, unless you have a reason that you want to give priority to spleen. Okay, so side view of the tiger wakes up. Inhale, exhale. Whoops, I should have stepped out earlier. Sorry. Now I step in. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out, shoo, in, turn the front foot out. Now the mistake I made in the first repetition was that the routine done twice to the open side and once to the closed side, okay? So now with my left foot forward, in, so once to the open side, out, in, out, in, twice to the open side, sit back and circle, and shoo. Sit back and circle to the closed side, and hoo. Oh, Don't turn your foot out yet. Whoo. And then sit back. Now turn the foot out. Open the hypochondrium. In and out. Okay, once to the open side. In and out. Once to the closed side. In and out. Twice to the open side. Sit back. Circle. Shoo-ahoo. Sit back. Circle. Shoo. Sit back. In and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. Shoo. In and out. Whew. Okay. So once the tiger wakes up, so remember that the order here is open side, closed side. Open side, circle to the open side, circle to the closed side, okay? All right, let's go to tiger climb. So connecting, tiger wakes up, tiger awakens, and tiger climb. Let's imagine that we have just finished tiger waking up. So shoo, to close side, shoo, sit back. So bring the claws up and open up the hypochondrium. Now, step the rear foot to center. And if you have done Tai Chi, this is very similar to a block brush knee. So what we're going to do is step center. Inhale, exhale, and spleen sound. Whoo. Sit back. Open up the hypochondrium. Now, turn the waist and turn the right foot out 45 degrees. Circle. I like a nice stretch here. Okay, Dr. Yang comes kind of like he does in Tai Chi right here. But I like to come up higher and get a stretch, not tensing, but opening up, and then liver sound. Shoo. Idea here, you're clawing, you've caught your prey and you're clawing it. All right. So side view. So just finished the last tiger awakens. Sit back before you turn your foot out. Open up the hypochondrium. Now turn the foot out. And step to center. This is inhale, and now this is exhale. Spleen sound. Sit back. Open this area up. Now turn the front foot out. Inhale, exhale, shoo. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, shoo. In, out. In, out, shoo. you want to feel tiger energy in your movement. So the tiger spirit is strong. It should show through your eyes. And you should try to feel the energy of the animal, which is true for all of the 5 animals in the 5 animal sports. The tiger energy, I think, is easier to imagine than, say, the bear energy. Yeah, you want to try to feel the spirit of the animal. And without tensing up, you want your clawing to be energetic. And with Master Leong, what you get is a mixture of internal and external elements. So we're going to be using the mind to lead the qi and manipulating the qi in the liver channel. At the same time, we'll be doing movements to help manipulate the liver. And of course, the spleen gets manipulated as well. So the liver channel, I'm going to have to back up in order to show you that it goes from the base of the big toe, the dorsal side. So not the inside, the outside base of the big toe. That's liver 1, called dadun. And then it goes up the kind of the top of the foot and up the inside of the legs, come up to this point here, which is liver 13, Jamin. You're right about there. And then up here to liver 14, which is the end of the external liver channel, with Qimen right here. Okay, so we're going to be manipulating the qi in the liver channel. We're going to use the qi in the Laogong gates, in the pericardium channel. Always, in a healthy person, always abundant qi in a healthy person's pericardium channel. We're also going to use the extended middle finger, which is an extension of the pericardium channel. We're going to use that to point to liver 1, the base of the big toenail, this side, okay? Remember that the liver opens to the eyes, so in this exercise we're going to connect the Laogong gates with eyes. We're also going to connect the Laogong gates with a point called stomach 12, right here on the mammillary line, right below the collarbone. And to tell you the truth, I'm not exactly sure why. I think I made a note to myself to check the acupuncture resources about the features of stomach 12. I think it may have something to do with relieving frustration. And frustration, we know, is one of the emotions that harms the liver. Okay. So it goes like this, palms facing each other. We inhale as if lifting a ball over the head. And then we connect the Bai Hui at the top of your head with the Laogong gates. Then we exhale and hereafter just breathe normally. Pay attention as the Laogong gates pass the eyes and pass the stomach 12. When we place the Laogong gates on liver 14 and circle 6 times in each direction with the mind under the palms. Now we're going to slide the palms down to the liver 13, approximately here. If you Google liver 13 acupoint image, you'll find diagrams, give you the exact location relative to bones and such. Change direction 6 times in the other direction. Oh, excuse me. Already forgot a piece. So, I go back here to hands on Qimen 6 times in each direction. Now bend 4 times to each side. You can exhale out and inhale in. It's a nice breathing pattern for this. Now we slide down to Jiamen, circle 6 times in each direction. Now, with the palms on the surface of the skin, we're going to bring them down to just below the navel. Laoguang gates line up. We're going to bend backward and forward 3 times. As we bend forward, we'll imagine we're breathing all the impurities out of the liver. Inhale. Exhale. In and out. Now slide the palms down the inside of the legs, along the liver channel. And then we point the middle finger to the liver 1 point, Da Dun. Don't touch it, just point towards it. And give that about 10 seconds. And then bend the knees and lift the ball over the head again, okay? Let me show you the side view. Feet about hip width apart. So from here, bend the knees, lift the ball over the head. Laoguang and Bai Hui line up. Passing the eyes, passing stomach 12, placing the Laoguang gates on liver 14, circle 6 times in each direction, mind underneath the palms. Holding the palms over liver 14, bend 4 times to each side. Slide the palms down to liver 13. Circle 6 times in each direction. Slide the palms down to just below the navel, bend backward and forward 3 times. So bending backward, again, we're stretching the hypochondrium. Now, slide the palms down the inside of your legs. And then point the middle finger to liver 1. Bend the knees and lift the ball over the head again. We do about 6 or 7 times. So let's pause there so I can talk about this routine. Obviously, we've got physical manipulation of the liver, hypochondrium, spleen area. So when we do the bending to the sides, liver gets stretched, spleen gets stretched, okay? Now when we do this, hypochondrium gets stretched, hypochondrium gets compressed. So those are physical manipulations. In addition, when we bend down, we manipulate the liver channel on the inside of the legs. So that's the physical part of it. Energetic part of it. Bioelectricity, qi, in the Laoguang gate stimulates the flow of qi at the end of the liver channel, liver 14, and then at the point that's next to the end, liver 13. Then we stimulate the flow of qi in the liver channel by rubbing the lao gong down the inside of the legs and pointing the middle finger to the liver 1 to help stimulate the flow of qi at that end of the liver channel. Remember that the middle finger, this pericardium channel is has very abundant qi, so the middle finger is an extension of the pericardium channel. And so when we point middle finger to liver 1, we don't touch, but we point at it. And it's, Faraday's law of magnetic induction. The magnetic field in the palm, created by the finger, stimulates the flow of bioelectricity, electromagnetism in the channel. So that's the internal part of it. And in addition, though, we've got the connection with the eyes. And you have to research the stomach 12 connection. So there's a lot going on in this little routine, simple little routine. And you can do it in 10 minutes. 6 or 7 repetitions you can do in 10 minutes without rushing it. So it's very good for the liver channel.